Fight fans, welcome back to Fighting Yo. What a crazy weekend we just went through. A BKFC 78. Well, we had Derek Lewis in the main event in the UFC, and all types of things are coming up next week. Jack, man,
Uh,
what were you? What were you watching this weekend?
I mean, there was so much to watch. I had to. I mean, I went with my old faithful. I went watching UFC. I trusted in y'all that you're going to get the coverage of the BKFC and checking the Instagram. I was very proud to see that happened.
Yeah, bro, we're all over it, man. Like we got to hang out with Conor McGregor, Mike Perry, champions from the whole organization, and then we got to when went to the weigh-ins, it was a whole nother story, and then the fight itself, it was a star-studded weekend for me, man. But
I agree.
tell the fan, that was probably one of the biggest things that happened this weekend. Some things may have fell through the cracks. What happened in the UFC, man? I was way too busy with the knuckleheads.
So UFC had one of the in my opinion, the most exciting cards of the year. There were 12 fights on the card. Eight did not make the distance. We had 8 finishes, and every single fight. I mean, I went back and rewatched a couple of them before hopping on, just to make sure I knew what happened. All these fights were great, from Derek Lewis winning a fight in the most Derek Lewis style. I mean, up and coming prospect. I don't remind
Did,
me.
did, did he
Don't
come through
remind
with
me of
another one of his like famous lines?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here, but he did say that his wife was next, which was very funny. Um,
What?
yeah, look it up after, or I'll send you it. It's
Oh
fucking
man, it's something. It's one of those with these Instagram trends.
yeah. So that happened. He knocked out who was it? Rodolfo Teixeira, right?
Is he related
Talis
to
Teixeira Rodolfo. Uh, but it was knocked
Oh, I
him out.
saw he called him the king of Brazilian cab drivers.
Sorry.
I saw that he said that he's the king of Brazilian cab drivers.
Oh, Derek Lewis said that.
Oh yeah, Derek Lewis
That's
said
just
that.
what he would say. But yeah, that was a great fight to finish the night. Wonder Boy lost, unfortunately.
Man,
That hurt. That one
you
hurt.
know,
I'm an avid Wonder Boy fan. I mean, you always gotta like the nice guys in a sea of aggressive people. Always gotta love the respectful, calm guys. Uh, Keep going down in the card. We see Calvin Cater and Steve Garcia. Calvin Cater hadn't fought in I don't even know how long.
he used to smack, man.
He
You
used to.
know, they keep bringing up those highlights of him. Just going toe to toe with fighters, and the sounds of his highlights. It's always sound on when it's
Yeah,
his highlights.
I mean, he's a great. Yes. Yeah.
You got some
It
comments?
was a great. I mean, great performance by Garcia. Cater moves to a 5-fight losing streak now. Unfortunately for him. I know that's one of your boys. I know you met him at one of the events you went to. So hopefully he can get back on that train eventually. Because I love some Calvin Cater fights, some good, clean, in the pocket boxing in the UFC, and he is up there with one of the, at least in his prime, was one of the best at that. I would argue.
Yeah, I already had him like in a lot of these fights that he ended up losing. I was going for him. I was rooting for him.
I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great fighter. His style is just it puts him in the danger zone too much. There's a lot of crash opportunities, as Corey Sandhagen says, when there's two people inside the pocket unloading. Those are he calls those crashes, and I love that term just because it's so perfectly describing what's going on in a fight. And I mean, he's a pressure boxer. He's always trying to work that jab, work those uh, quick little boxing combinations, and what's the style hasn't really been working for him recently.
Yeah, I mean, some guys get in that flow state and they keep looking. They get kind of they fall in love with those type of things, and then they can't find it again in these fights. It's hard to recreate that magic.
Right. And
You know,
some guys just age out. I mean, Cater's getting older. Cater's what, 34, 35, 37.
oof, it's getting up there.
Yeah, I mean,
Dealing with these YNs these days. You know. So, but not too much meat on the bone on last week's card of the UFC. But man, the card that's coming up,
you got
crazy card, man. I want to talk about that while we wait for
ab-
Matt.
absolutely. Was it 318? Is that the number we're at now?
It is UFC 318 star studded uh card up and down, man. Martin Vittori can headline a card.
Where
He's on the prelims for this one.
really? They put him up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've looked at this card in its entirety yet. Jimmy Crute's on there, and Jimmy Crute's that's a sleeper fight. Jimmy Crute's a
Off your
very
first,
entertaining fighter.
just first glance, what do you look at the prelims with me? The first glance, what are you looking like? What's
I
your
mean,
opinion?
at first glance, you can't help but see Brandon Allen, Marvin Vittori. I mean, Brandon Allen, one of my favorite middleweights right now. From his long striking and boxing to his grappling, is such a well-rounded fighter and so fun to watch. And then you got Marvin Vittori, who I would argue has got the chin of a wooden desk.
Holy.
I mean, that dude can take a hit.
Yeah,
There's so many great fights on the prelims too. I mean, Kyler Phillips and Vinicius Oliveira. That's another great fight at the lighter weights. That's probably going to boost somebody in the top 10.
yeah. It's looking like they're the prelim that they're promoting right now because they have it on the top of the bill.
Yeah, I mean I mean Kyler Phillips and Vinicius Oliveira. That's topping out Vittori and Brandon Allen as the
That's
featured prelim.
crazy. I would have put Vittori versus Allen as the premier prelim fight.
Maybe Dana sees something in these guys, and I've seen both of them fight. They're both very talented strikers, so that's going to be a very entertaining fight. So moving into the main card,
Start off with Michael Johnson.
uh, I think that's honestly a really funny pick
Yeah,
because correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he beat Dustin.
did he? Yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
he
he
did
did. But that was a long time
a
ago.
long time ago, but I find that really funny.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking for some of that smoke. Maybe he thinks he can convince him to
What
give
more
him
fun?
a shot. I don't think he wants that smoke though.
I wouldn't.
No. Dustin Poirier, even approaching retirement, is a dangerous man.
I mean, I I'm gonna miss seeing the Diamond in the UFC. He's such. I mean, he's been in the UFC. To put him, you want to feel really old really quickly. He's been
I
in
was
the
over.
UFC. I think as long as I've been alive. I
Oh,
think his debut was in 2007. I was born in
oh my
2007.
God! Your whole life, it was his whole
I
career.
mean, the words can't describe what Dustin has done for not only the UFC but the lighter divisions. I mean, he's brought attention to it. He
I'll go a
arguably
step further.
he was
Martial
one of
arts in general.
oh yeah, absolutely. He's one of those stars that are recognized by non-fight fans just because
Yep.
of his impact on the sport. I mean, I would argue without a Dustin Poirier, there wouldn't be a Conor McGregor
Oh
because
yeah.
the first like big prospect that Conor really fought was Dustin Poirier, and before that was Max Holloway, which is, I mean, if you
Yeah.
look now at Conor's lineup, it's a lot. It's super impressive, but we'll talk about Conor later.
Yeah.
Uh, it's such a crazy way to see how these guys who we shrugged them off. They were good. We're not going to say that they weren't good at all.
No.
They were very, I mean, aged like a fine wine. They were very promising, and they proved us right that they can stick around. I mean, you look
These legacies that they're leaving
11 years.
behind is just they're these are monuments.
Yeah, I mean, they're like legends among legends. I mean, words can't describe these two fighters. So
Yeah.
we're getting sidetracked. We got Dan Ige against Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull lost in his
But
debut
Pitbull's
fight.
back.
What?
Pitbull is back in the game.
I would love to see a Pitbull win. I would also love to see a Dan Ige win. Because
Listen, this is no easy fight.
no, I mean Dan Ige is. I would argue he's one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC right now. I mean, he's got nerves of steel. He's got a chin like no other. I would say he loves the sport. I mean,
This is a whole different ball game than PFL and Bellator. I can't even name some of the guys that Pitbull fought, but in the UFC, off rip, he's fighting guys like Dan Ige
he fought
and and
Yair.
and Yair
Oh, Yair, I
Rodriguez,
think it
man.
was.
Stud after stud, because these guys are top 10 fighters, man. These guys and
Right.
these guys crack. These guys hit so hard.
It's a very exciting fight. I mean, that's only the second fight on the card too. Like, let me remind you, or a second fight
Yep.
on the main card. Then we
Oh
jump up
man,
to
followed up by Kevin Holland versus freaking Daniel Rodriguez. Now that is a weird one for me, just to see those guys next to each other.
what makes you say that?
I just I see Daniel Rodriguez as more of like a serious guy, and Kevin Holland kind of a
The opposite.
yeah, the opposite.
I mean, I love a Kevin Holland fight. I think he's on track right now. I think this is his fourth fight of the year.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure. Let me look that up. I
he
know he
almost
has either
retired not
tied.
too long ago.
I know he's either tied or has the record for most fights in a year. Let me see. This will be his fourth fight, and I know that the record is set at 6 fights in a single calendar year.
Man,
So
that's
it's
that's a lot of
possible we see
a lot of
history
fun.
broken. I
You
mean,
know, Kevin Holland, man, the his rise is something that needs to be studied, man. Because back then he was just taking guys out in such a spectacular way,
right,
but
with that loud
as of
mouth and that
recent,
long reach,
but the competition is steep these days.
right?
It's no joke out there, and even guys like Daniel Rodriguez, he has to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, the skill gap in the skill floor has changed so much in the past 10 years, and especially in these middleweight divisions, like the middleweight division, you had Anderson Silva, you had like Chael Sonnen, which are some very talented guys. Name three other middleweight fighters that could bang with Prime Silva or Prime. Uh,
Not
who
too
else?
many.
Exactly. So looking now, and you see Holland, he's ranked 14th, and that's such. I mean, he's a great fighter. Everybody knows. Everybody who's a fight fan knows the name Kevin Holland. You can't get away from it, unfortunately. Uh, so I can't wait to see him get back in the octagon. It's only been like a month and a half, and I can't wait for it.
Definitely, man. And moving on to Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopilov. Woo!
I
Paulo
I'm an
Costa, the
avid
racer.
I'm an avid Roman Kopylov fan. I love his striking. It's so unique the way he uses his kicks and his long reach to. It's almost like a Wonder Boy striking style. How he uses the front leg as a jab. He uses that
Mhm.
like in that body hook kick almost that side
I
kick.
just saw one of those knockouts on Instagram, and I'm telling you, he does it so fast. He feints you like on top, and then he goes on the other side with the kick, and it's just and he does it so fast and easy. He makes it look. He just walks off sometimes. Just boom, it is just devastating, really, when
Right.
he hits you. So but and we haven't seen Paulo Costa in a while. I don't know what kind of version of Paulo Costa we're gonna get this time.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the last time he fought was against Sean Strickland.
Was it that long ago already?
It was, yeah, a little over a year ago. and he did not look so good against Sean Strickland.
You
So
know, he keeps cutting to middleweight.
I don't know how he
Didn't
does it. That dude
didn't
is
we
massive.
say this a long time ago?
Dude is massive. I don't know what's in that secret juice, but it's working magic.
That- it makes him pee all the weight out.
Yeah, but my money right now, I have Roman Kopylov. He's riding a hype train. He's coming off a little bit of a questionable stoppage. Against Chris Curtis early this year. I think that was the first fight of the year.
Really?
Uh, he was winning the fight. He threw, I want to say, a head kick that landed flush on Chris Curtis, and the ref stopped the fight with like 2 seconds left, and there weren't any follow up strikes. So it's really, I'm really curious to see how Kopylov comes into this fight, because I mean, I would feel like you have to prove that you're not just like, oh, refs got me if I land a clean head kick. Like I
Hey,
would come in
Max
with a little
joined
bit
us.
of
Let's
hey
just
man,
throw
what's
him in
up, guys?
while we talk about UFC. Max, thanks for joining us. Can you hear us good?
Of course, it's coming in good, man. How have you been?
Great, man. We're already live here.
Awesome.
And we were just going down the card. We're just already at the co-main event of in the UFC.
Yeah, tell me what your predictions are for that fight. I'm curious.
So co-main event, it's Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. I
It's a
am
good
a
one.
massive fan of Kopylov's striking. I think he's so diverse. He's so quick, and he uses that front leg. I mean, Costa's main offense is his. I wouldn't call them blitzes. He just moves forward and throws punches, hoping they connect. So with that, if Kopylov can manage his distance well enough, uses 1-2s and his that side kick to the body, I think he's got that in the bag.
I think it's a
Easily.
really close fight, man. I think the stand up is definitely in Kopylov's favor, to be honest. I think Costa's slowed down. I would love to see Costa win. I think he's hilarious. We all saw, I don't know if you guys saw what he said about the Conor McGregor situation. It had me in tears. It was really funny.
What did he say?
The girl that McGregor was with, he called a 4 out of 10. Thought it was really hilarious
Oh
when he said
my
that.
god!
Thought it was hilarious.
I mean,
I would love to see-
when you're as handsome as the freaking eraser, man. Every guy's girl is a 4, man.
I know it was a hilarious comment, and objectively, I think Costa. I think he's good and bad for the sport. I think he's a double caveat, and I'll explain. I think he's great for the sport because he brings eyeballs. He's entertaining. He's hilarious. He's bad for the sport because he pulls out of every fight he's in. I mean, this guy's probably had 5 pullouts in the last 2 to 3 years, I'll give or take. I think Jack makes a good point. I think Kopylov is more established on the feet. What I am concerned about is that lack of experience at world level that Costa has. I think he'll go the full 3 rounds. I think he'll be competitive. I think Jack got me convinced. I'm going to trust Jack. I'm going to favor Kopylov. I'm going to go 29-28 decision victory.
Ooh.
It's going to be a good fight, though. I think it's going to be a really entertaining stylistic matchup.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't see Costa actually winning this one, man. As good as even at his best, um, you know,
But
I
when he
don't
beat
think
Yoel
that.
Romero, that was different. But I think Adesanya really changed everything. I think Adesanya really redirected the momentum of his career. I really do.
Yeah,
I'll agree on that one.
He came in that fight. I would say they gave him that title fight a little bit prematurely. I think they would have given him maybe one more
He should have had one
number
more
one
probably.
contendership fight.
That fight was definitely hyped up. I remember a lot of people were picking Costa, but I just knew Adesanya at that point of his career, he was a special talent.
Oh man,
He
I knew
was
he was gonna
something.
make it.
Prime
no way.
Adesanya
There's
was
people picking Costa to win that one.
I remember a lot of people were like, listen, this guy, because people love always going with the up and coming, kind of unknown, super impressive up and comer. So they see Costa as this unique, up and coming, kind of mysterious power puncher. Like, oh, I'm gonna go with the bold pick and go with Costa. And a lot of people were making that bold pick. I knew Adesanya was gonna win. I didn't think he beat him as easy as he did because he was coming off a very good win against Yoel Romero, which was a great fight. So I thought Costa would make it a war. However, Adesanya just completely dismantled him. And I would say that was probably top 3 best performances of his career alongside the Poirer win and the Whitaker first win. He had 3 tremendous performances, Adesanya. Whitaker, Poirer, and Costa. Those 3 wins, he looked so good in.
I loved watching Prime Adesanya. It was like watching a second coming of Anderson Silva, I would argue.
It was beautiful. People were debating who was a better striker. I always thought Silva was a little better of a striker.
I would give it to Silva too.
Because even when he fought a washed Silva still made it a fight.
Exactly.
But Adesanya, he had a great. I mean, he really did have a tremendous career. He's top 10 all time easy, I would say. If you look at his resume, his body work, he almost became a double champ when
So
he took
many
on
great
the
fighters he went against.
He went
Yeah.
against everyone. I was sad when he lost to Imavov. I really wanted to see him make one last run at the title, but it just wasn't. I think they got to make that Strickland rematch. I think that's the fight that still needs to happen. They're both coming off very dominant losses, and I think that fight just makes a lot of sense objectively. I think the buildup will be great.
Right. So moving into the main event, this is the fight that's got me excited since it was announced.
Very tough one to call, man. Very tough one to call. I'm struggling as we speak to pick this one.
It hurts to want to pick one. Like I want to
understand,
hope
yeah.
for a draw.
It's weird, man, because Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway, their careers are so up and down. Like, you'll see Holloway have like a pretty bad performance, right? Where remember when he beat, he did prove me wrong, but when he beat Arnold Allen, like, he looked pretty stale. He was kind of having a bit of a slow period. He went life and death with Yair Rodriguez, right? And then he looks tremendous against Justin Gaethje. I picked him to win, but he looked better than I thought he would look in that fight. Looks tremendous against Gaethje. Then he gets put to sleep by Topuria. Let's not mention the fact that he lost and got dominated by Volk prior to all this. Then had a little bit of a run and then looked great and then got knocked out again. Then you have Dustin, the same thing, where he had a lot of momentum. Then he got knocked out in 2 rounds by Gaethje, demolished against Gaethje. And then he nearly beats Islam Makhachev. It's like these guys are so like up and down of how good they look in fights, and this is a very hard one to call, man. It really is. I want to know who you guys got.
Not only have their careers been so up and down, I feel like their careers have been so intertwined. I mean, they've been in the UFC since. I mean, Holloway or Gaethje was Holloway's first. No, not Gaethje. Poirier. Oh my god. Poirier was Max Holloway's first fight in the UFC, I believe, back in 2009. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we're ending that the end of the Diamond's career is with Max Holloway, I find that beautiful storytelling. That's going to make some ESPN documentary.
Hey, you know, it's crazy, man. Dustin Poirier beat the best version of Max Holloway, and no one can prove otherwise.
Yeah, you're right
Holloway,
about that.
And let's not ignore the fact that he was extra hydrated in this fight as well. And Dustin Poirier just showed him that there's weight class for a reason, as Palomino was saying 25 times at the presser. I know Brian caught that. There's weight classes for a reason, and Prime Dustin's striking was legit, man. And I think, honestly, stylistically, Prime Dustin would have been so entertaining against Topuria. I think Prime Dustin versus Topuria would have been a remarkable matchup, and I think Dustin still got it. He gave Islam Makhachev, in my opinion, his toughest fight. I really genuinely think, not including Volk. Let's not forget that. The first Volk one. Aside from the first Volk fight, he gave him his best fight. Really made him dig deep for that one. And Holloway, he came off that great win against Gaethje. Now he's coming off a KO loss. I think this fight can really go either way. What I think is going to happen, I'm gonna favor Poirier. I'm gonna go with like a split or a very close unanimous decision, 3 rounds to 2. I'm going to Dustin to get the job done again.
It's tough to argue with that. I think it's tough to see a finish coming out. I mean, both of these fighters are known for their striking, but I think there's just going to be too much respect for this to end in a finish. I mean, Dustin's got that clean pocket power, and then Max Holloway's got that pressure that somehow doesn't go away. I mean, you look at every single one of his 5-round fights, especially the ones that have gone to decision, he will, instead of starting off strong and slowly fizzling, he'll start off not as strong as he can, but then he'll slowly work his way up to where he's thrown up over 100 significant strikes around.
It's crazy. The output's insane. And objectively, one thing I did.
Oh, what happened there?
I got kicked backstage. I don't know what happened there. Now Brian's backstage. I guess this will be me and you for now. One thing that we have to objectively look at is how much better Max looked at 155 in that Gaethje fight. I mean, that's why I picked him to win. I thought he would be so hydrated. I thought he was objectively a better striker than Justin Gaethje, and I thought that he had the chin to still be able to handle Gaethje's power. And that's why I was actually picking him to beat Gaethje. And I think that chin is going to definitely come into play. But the thing is, Dustin Poirier is a lot more technically sound than Gaethje. You know what I mean? We saw when they fought the first time. I know Gaethje chinned him in the rematch, but objectively, I think Poirier is a more technical striker. And I think Poirier is going to work extra hard because his last fights in Louisiana. I think Holloway is going to dig deep as well. I think it's gonna be a tough 5-round fight. It's gonna go either way, and I'm leaning Poirier, but I'm really not confident on this one.
I mean, you couldn't pick like you're sorry. This is one of those fights where you can't really be wrong with your choice. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the only obvious wrong choice is
Sorry,
Max
guys,
by
I'm back.
submission.
Yeah, max by submission. That's right. You're good, yo.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else as well. I think this fight stylistically is gonna be super entertaining. I think it's gonna be super back and forth. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm curious if it's gonna be better than the first fight. That's definitely up for debate. I will say one thing that's making me doubt Max
Is this
Holloway
for
is
the
how
belt?
delusional. I don't think it's
The
for the
BMF belt.
Is it for BMF?
Yeah.
One thing it's kind of funny that the Poirier fight was, I guess, because that 155. One thing that is making me a little thrown off by Holloway is how delusional he's been about Ilya Taporia as of late. I don't know if you've seen the takes he's been saying. He said that Taporia's run is overrated. He says Taporia doesn't hit that hard. He's saying things that don't make any sense because he put you to sleep and you're a part of his run. So due to those opinions, due to how delusional he's been, it's making me more confident in picking Dustin because Dustin seems like he still has that level head. He's not making excuses. He's just trying to get better, even at this point of his career. I'm favoring Dustin. Brian, I want to know who you got in this one, man.
I'm gonna go. This is really hard for me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. I'm gonna go Dustin also. Because
Jack, who you got?
it's just the power. Man.
I got Dustin. I'm
We all got Dustin today. Dustin and Kopylov. I guess that's the move.
Didn't Max just get folded by Taporia?
Yeah, I heard Max. I'm like, Max got folded. I'm like, hold on. Yeah, he did. He just did get folded. I will say this: he was boxing very good against Ilya, but getting chin like that changes you, man. And we saw Dustin hurt Max in that first fight as well. We can't ignore that. If this guy got hurt when his chin wasn't really cracked, now his chin's been completely cracked. By Gaethje, he got dropped, and by Taporia, got put out. I think I wouldn't underestimate Dustin stopping Max in like the 4th, 5th round by TKO. I think there's a possibility Dustin gets Max out of there. I think there's a better chance he gets Max out of there than Max gets Dustin out of there. I am confident in that prediction.
Max isn't known for his power. He's known for his volume.
Volume and pace. And Dustin can handle volume. He can handle pace. If you don't believe that to the people watching, watch the Dan Hooker fight. He can handle pace, can handle volume. Watch the first Holloway fight. You know what I mean? This guy, Dustin, I mean, I've earned a lot more respect from as of late. There was a point where I was kind of starting to dislike him a little bit. I was starting to see like some of his clips. Then I started to see that he honestly was pretty justified in a lot of the stuff he was saying, like his beef with Michael Chandler in that fight and a few other things. And now I'm starting to see how real he's been and how he's been willing to take on anyone, anytime, anywhere, and always give it a great effort. I have a lot of respect for the guy, and I think he's going to end his career for victory. I think it's going to be a tough fight, but I see him getting the job done.
Absolutely. All right. So that is UFC 318, and that is a card and a half. So bouncing around to a different organization, Fighting Yo was back at the Hard Rock, representing at BKFC 78.
We were like celebrities there, Jack. It was hilarious. Brian remembers. By the third day, everyone knew us.
Dude, I have this video, Max, of you hitting this what's it called?
The dummy, the arcade
thing
bag.
Over here.
Did you make a clip out of it yet or
I feel
not?
like the people need to see this and just compare really quick.
I want to
This.
see.
I'm excited to see this. Actually,
I want to see this too, Jack. You missed a lot of.
Let's go, Max.
I wish I could have made it. I really wish I could have.
And I hope I pulled the right one. Oh, hold on 1 second.
I sent you the best one, I think. I mean, you recorded one where I got the same score because I got the same score twice, identical.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get your highest
I feel like it's
score
always
right
the first one that's the best, and then the second one's like 200 worse.
It's funny, Jack, because the first one was one of my best. Then I got better, and then after I reached a peak, I started to get like way worse, like 50 points worse, 60 points worse. I want to see if this loads or not.
Styles make fights, man.
Yeah, and then when you compare my score to a certain champion in the BKFC, that might even be more evident because I got a higher score than someone.
Speaking about between freaking the hitting of the bag, all the people, and Max trying to get me to fight Savage, it was a crazy freaking night, man. Like it was one of the funniest nights I've had.
Savage.
In a long time. Savage
Jack,
Combat Sports Media.
And we can't forget the Savage. You can't not Savage. I'm sorry, Brian. Brian, you can't forget about the girls that were walking around in the arena, bro. That's the last part you forgot, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
One of
Dude.
them tried video bombing.
I'm about to get like.
He got
like
video
E
bombed.
to
You got to
cut,
clip
man.
that, Brian. You definitely got to clip that video bomb, bro.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna put it up. I got you.
Are you putting up?
Check this out, gang.
Oh, I can't see it. In black.
Hold up. You gotta see
Sounded
that white
good.
though.
Sounded
Do you
good.
see anything, Jack? My screen's black.
My screen's black.
I just hear it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, right? It sounds like some pop. That might have been
You got
Mandela.
94. You guys can't see
I
it.
can't see it. Who is it? Is it me?
No, that's you.
I can't see anything.
That's
Unfortunately.
you. You guys can't see it.
Nah, bro.
I can see it.
Which
perfect.
score was this? Was this
hold up.
907 or was this a different one?
This is your high score. Your 904.
I got 90. I sent you a video of me getting 907, bro. I don't know if you got it.
Oh, my bad.
Mandela got 906. By the way, Jack, David Mandela got 906. I got 907.
Hey,
Just saying, bro. Just saying.
was this like one of the arcade machines, or was it like a?
Is the arcade one? Yeah, it was the arcade one.
That's good though.
Oh yeah,
That's-
so Jack, continue what you're saying about BKFC, bro. It was crazy because we were being recognized. We were talking to everyone. Everyone respected us.
that's
We respected
awesome.
everyone. It was great. It was a great scene. We're honorary members of the BKFC after 2 events.
That's great.
I loved it.
I think the last one I went to was back in June of last year, and I
Mhm.
mean those events are something else. There's
great.
there's always something going on, always something to watch. And
The most insane one was the press
The
tour. they did with
knuckleheads do
Connor.
it different, man.
What was that?
The knuckleheads just do it differently, man. You know the energy is unmatched, and it's right for the.
We
pickings, bro.
gotta mention that
Still
press press conference on
Oh.
Thursday, bro, with all the champions. I mean, I've
Nothing
never
like
seen
that.
anything like
Oh
that.
my
There's been
God.
nothing like that in the sport ever. And
The amount of fights that nearly broke
I've
out.
never seen so much gold in my life.
No, it was great, man. David Feldman, true class act. Lots of respect to him. I mean, I got to speak to him directly, close up, and I got to ask him questions at the presser, and the entire time, just true respect amongst both of us. And I loved speaking of him. I think he's a great representation of the sport, and objectively, I think he's done nothing but good for the sport. Obviously, he's built it from the ground up, and I have a lot of support as him as the CEO. I mean, I think he's a very likable figure, a very relatable figure, and you can see the amount of effort put into the sport by how well it's been striving. I mean, it's been a very natural and organic growth, but I think the last few months, I think actually this event in particular, I'm not just saying that to say it, I genuinely believe that this event, specifically the press tour that they had previously, really took it to the next level because we saw how viral those Conor McGregor clips of Mike Perry went. I mean, I assume we all saw how viral they went. They went viral, man. They got outside of just the BKFC, and they went viral just in combat news and coverage in general when Conor McGregor was having a direct conversation with Mike Perry. So
oh my God, that was
BKFC was great. There's a lot to be done there. I don't think Conor.
Skyrocketed the marketing to another level.
Oh yeah,
absolutely
All right. It was crazy to see him up there celebrating. He looked like he was like in character, fully like.
let's
Conor
not say this much,
McGregor.
Brian. He was definitely
with
more Conor
strong-
than the Conor we got back in March. I'm gonna say that.
Oh,
much.
absolutely.
Conor was in full blown effect.
Yes.
He's enjoying South Florida as we speak. As we
How
speak,
can you
that's
not?
where he was.
Yes.
Brian, I was asking you. I said, listen.
Can we talk about these announcements? Man, that was the announcements were like they really stole the
There's
show
a
for
few
me,
we
man.
keep forgetting
Yoel
about.
Romero.
There's a few we forgot about. Like Jamel Herring got signed. We forgot to bring that up. I've interviewed Jamel Herring a few
yeah.
years ago.
That was quiet.
That was a quiet one. People don't realize, bro. Jamel Herring, he's on Austin Trout's level, bro. He's gonna be a champion very easily. I'm saying this extremely confidently. Jamel Herring and James DeGale are both gonna become champions like this. There's no one in those weight classes that are hanging with them, in my opinion. What weight's Jamel gonna fight at? He fought at 135. So he might fight at 145 because he's older now.
You gonna
He
fight
might
Kai?
at- Sorry?
Kai Stewart?
Oh yeah, Jamel Herring versus Kai Stewart. Great fight. I think
That
Jamel
interview,
Herring versus Kai
Kyle.
Stewart makes a lot of sense. I think Jamel Herring. I mean, I don't want to alienate anyone. We talked to Kai, but I'm going to be honest because I don't hold any punches. I would pick Jamel Herring the 50, 45, 49, 46 Kai Stewart. It's the truth. I objectively think so. James DeGale, he fought at 170. Let's say he fights at 185, right? I'm picking James DeGale I'm picking James DeGale to beat everyone at 185. I'm sorry, except for maybe Yoel because Yoel knows how to fight in the clinch. But if DeGale knows how to keep the fight off of the clinch, who's hanging with him? Listen, Austin Trout and James DeGale and Jamel Herring are all in the same boat. We saw how dominant Austin Trout was when he got in there. He 50-44'd Palomino. Palomino's claiming he wants a rematch. It's not going to go any different. If anything, Palomino might get stopped this time now that Trout has experience. I'm a boxing guy. So when I see a top boxer go to BKFC, I don't pull any punches. This is how I think all of these fights are going to play out. I think DeGale and Herring will very easily be champions. And Brian, if you want to clip that for when it happens, that'll be great because I think when it happens, it's going to age like fine wine. Herring's going to be a champion very easily. James DeGale is going to be a champion very easily. It's just how I really feel about it. If you look at the other announcements, Yoel Romero, that's an amazing one. I think Yoel versus Dyer is a amazing fight. I think that fight is going to be so fun because Dyer.
You got to interview Dyer.
I talked to Dyer. I looked at him in his eyes. I see Dyer. He's definitely a fighter. Let's say that much. He's not someone to fight with. He definitely is a little crazy in a good way, and that's why he's been so successful in the sport. He has a few screws loose, which is why he's such a dominant and powerful fighter. And he was able to get past half of security like that. He's not just some regular soft guy. He's a fighter at heart. He's been hunting for Mike Perry. Him versus Yoel Romero stylistically is fascinating. Yoel, we know how great of a fighter he is, and he has a great stand-up. I think that's the fight to make. Was there any other announcements that were big?
Man, Dyer really wanted that.
Thiago Santos. This is a guy that, in my opinion, beat John Jones. If not, it was 3 rounds to 2 either way. This is a guy that, okay, I'm gonna add this as well. If Thiago Santos fights at 200, I don't see anyone beating him there as well. Who's the best fight for Thiago Santos that weight class in your opinions?
I don't know BKFC like that. I need to. I'm starting to get back.
Brian, who do you think, man? Is that Dyer's weight or Dyer's 185? I get the weights mixed up here and there.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Because listen, all of the announcements that they made, there's a reason they made it such a big deal. Because all these announcements are fighters that are going to become champions. I will be amazed if not at least one of those fighters they signed doesn't become a champion within their first 3 fights. I'd be amazed. I think they'll all, except for maybe one of them, will become champion. The only one I'm a little iffy on is James DeGale because he's been out of the ring for so long.
Yeah, 185. Dyer's at 185.
Okay, so let's say Thiago Santos fights at 205. Yeah, let's say he fights at light heavy. Who's there?
Cruiser. That's going to be Cruiser.
Oh, Thiago Santos is right. Thiago. So who's at Cruiser? Who's the champ right now, Cruiser?
There's Chris Camozzi, which Mohawk was calling out all night.
Listen, I like Mohawk. He's a good fighter. Put Mohawk in with Thiago Santos. That's not happening, bro. Thiago Santos is going to beat Mohawk.
Mohawk versus Thiago.
I got Thiago Santos winning that fight. I have Thiago Santos
took out this guy.
Say it again.
Did you see how fast Mohawk took this guy out?
I understand that. And Mohawk's explosive. He has power. But Thiago Santos is a guy that's been in there with everyone. He knows how to survive those first few seconds. Mohawk chinned him early, got him out of there early, but let's see what happens after 30, 45 seconds last. Thiago Santos is going to take over, in my opinion. I think Thiago Santos will be a champion in his weight class. I think that Jamel Herring will definitely be a champion in his weight class. I have no doubt in my mind that Herring beats everyone in that weight. It's really how I feel. I interviewed Jamel Herring. This is a guy that knocked out Carl Frampton, right? This is a guy that knocked out Carl Frampton. He's legit. So I think that Jamel Herring will be a champ. I think Thiago Santos will be a champ, and I think James DeGale will be a champ. I think all 3 of them will be a champ. I think the only guy that can negate that is Yoel Romero, and he's also a new signing. So all the guys that got signed will be champs, in my opinion, guys. I really think so. And I think the BKFC is a lot of fun right now. I think there's a lot of fighters they could sign that will make it very interesting. I don't know who exactly, but I think that right now there's a lot of hype behind there. And I will add that if Conor McGregor did fight in the BKFC, and if he did fight Mike Perry, Conor McGregor is knocking these guys out. No one in the BKFC in his weight class is hanging with Conor McGregor. Let's be honest. Mike Perry is the king of violence, but who's he beat that can even touch Conor McGregor? No one. Conor McGregor, I'm going to say it now because I didn't like Mike Perry's response when I asked him a question. Conor McGregor would sleep Mike Perry. I really believe it. And
you really think so at this point in his career?
I think Conor McGregor would put Mike Perry's – I think he would take his lights out. I mean, this is a guy that got spun around the ring by Jake Paul, right? I think Mike Perry's a beast. I think he's an aggressive –
You sound a little bit like Josh Dyer right now.
I think Josh Dyer would sleep Mike Perry most likely. I think Mundell versus Perry is a 50-50, but I think Mundell is more hungry and more hot right now. I think Mike Perry's all over the place. He was intoxicated at the presser. And I think that these other guys, especially you put Mike Perry in there with Conor McGregor. I don't care if Conor McGregor breaks his leg again. I still think he's putting Mike Perry's lights out. I think so, man. So that's my unfiltered opinion on the event. Now that I'm getting more into BKFC, I can predict the way I predict boxing, and this is
Nice.
exactly how I think all these fights would play out objectively. I think Mike Perry's head's not in the game. I think he's in a situation like Conor about the talent that Conor has.
All right. And with that being said, as these guys transition to boxing, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for having me. Max, Brian, always a pleasure. And I will see you guys next Monday.
Hey, man, you
Talk
already
to you
know.
soon, Jack.
Talk to y'all
Great to have
soon.
you
See
on,
ya.
man. So, Brian, I want to know, do you think – okay, so this is the fight. Let's get an early prediction from you if you have an official prediction, because I like to keep things transparent. For me, I like to state who I think's winning fights. Even if I could be friends of every fighter, but I'll say objectively if I think they'll win, because I'm a fair guy. What do you think about Jamel Herring Kai
respect
Stewart
that.
fight?
Oh man, you wanted to backtrack to that. That's it.
Because I think that's the most
Listen,
fascinating style matchup.
a lot of guys are gonna side with Kai because he got the bare knuckle experience. I don't know if Herring wants to do the same thing that Austin did and test the waters, fight a contender and then go for the belt. I would say I'd like to see him do that instead of just going straight for Kai.
Yeah.
But if he goes straight for Kai, I still think he wins.
I think he's too polished, bro. I think he's way too polished, bro. Jamel Herring, as I said before, this is a guy that knocked out Carl.
And he's not washed, is he? Like, I mean, the guy, what was his? How did his last fight look?
He fought. So I don't know if this is his exact last fight, but the last time I remember him fighting was against Jermaine Ortiz. I don't know if you remember, Jermaine Ortiz almost beat Lomachenko. It was a very close fight. Jermaine Ortiz also almost beat Teofimo. He lost a competitive but clear decision to Jermaine Ortiz, and he got beat pretty clearly by Shakur and stopped. But prior to that, he knocked out Jamel Herring. He was supposed to, or rumored to, fight Valdez at some point. I was picking him to beat Valdez, by the way, if that fight happened. That's how good Herring was at one point. And I feel that Herring is just going to outbox all these dudes, man. I think he's going to outbox everyone. If he wants to test the waters, why not put him in of Peralta? Let's put him in of Peralta, the guy that El Gallo just fought when Peralta recovers. And I think Jamel Herring's going to stop.
No, but that's one weight class above.
Oh, because that fight was at 55.
Because Gallo fought him at lightweight.
That's a good point. That fight was at 55. So what we could do is we could put him in with, I forget his name, the guy that Kai just beat by UD in Dubai. Make that fight. I forget his name escapes me. Make that fight for Jamel. Jamel wants to test the waters early to some extent. After that, I think Jamel Herring will have done enough for a Kai Stewart fight. I don't know what route Kai wants to go at 45, right? He doesn't want the El Gallo fight. He doesn't think El Gallo. He wants the attention that El Gallo.
Can you blame him after that performance? No, no love lost with Gallo, but man, that arm.
Definitely none. He doesn't want the El Gallo fight. He wants to utilize El Gallo's popularity, but he doesn't actually want to make that fight happen. He doesn't want to give El Gallo that opportunity again. I understand. It's bad blood. So he doesn't want the El Gallo fight. If you look at the rest of 145, who gives the same type of fight that Jamel Herring would give? Right? I think 45 is
at 45. Really, there is nobody.
AJ fights at 45, right? Or he's 55 as well, right?
Excuse me?
What weight class is AJ fighting at?
Oh, no, he's in Bantam.
Because I know he called out Ibarola the other day. I saw that. And I'll be honest, Brian, after seeing Ibarola's last performance, I think AJ washes him, bro. I think AJ definitely beats him.
Oh, yeah.
I would comfortably.
I don't know what happened with him. But I was telling people, you can't. Armis is him.
Armis is a good fighter, and I thought Armis won the fight. To be honest, I thought Armis edged it out. I think they should have given it to him. They gave it to Joy Boy by split.
He won it.
Now what's going to happen is Joy Boy is going to continue to say he doesn't want a title fight. He wants to fight everyone but the guy for the title, which is very obscure. Something I've never seen in my life. A fighter avoiding the belt. That's a new one. So you're going to keep avoiding the belt. Take on AJ.
He's still the number one contender.
Crazy. I think he enjoys being the number one contender about actually owning the belt. It's kind of like imposter syndrome. It's kind of like the guys in BJJ who want the purple belt but not the black belt. That's the type of feel I get. So what I'll say is, all right, you don't want to fight. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Jamel Herring did beat Lamont Roach. Did you know that? That's a great shout, Victor. I forgot about that. He beat an undefeated Lamont Roach back in the day. So this is a legit name, Jamel Herring. Back to what I was saying quickly. All right, Joy Boy, you don't want a shot at the title? Take on AJ. I know AJ wants a shot at the title. Let AJ get past you, and then let's have AJ fight for the belt. That's how I think it should be. But
Oh man,
that's my
call
breakdown,
out.
my unfiltered take.
Man, and the night was filled with some crazy moments. You know, almost none of the fights went the distance.
Almost none. That's crazy. The fight that went the distance was HD, Joy Boy, and that's it, I believe. HD and Joy Boy were the only fights that went 5. The HD fight was great because HD had to overcome a little bit of adversity because I felt he lost those first 2 rounds. He was having some trouble, and then he adjusted.
I know he's gonna get some slack for it, but it was good for him.
He needed that, and he needed to win a tough fight like that because I feel that HD. I'm not gonna say he's been discouraged after losing some of those big fights, but I could tell it's been bothering him, and a lot of those fights have been close that he's lost. So for him to win a competitive back and forth fight could be good for the psyche. And I'm a fan of HD. He's a very honorable guy. Always treats us with a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for him as a fighter and as a person. I like him, and I'm rooting for him. And I'd love to see him build his way back up to a title because I do think that he is definitely a fan favorite, especially in South Florida. People in South Florida love HD.
Yes, you know who else South Florida loves is Rambo.
Oh man, they love Rambo.
The improvement.
They love Rambo, and I'll say this: I'm a fan of Rambo. I mean, there are people who I won't name that saw Rambo and were starstruck by him. Right, Brian? We remember this. There are people that were starstruck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So people
They didn't even. They were jittery
speak.
around him. So Rambo definitely has a fan base. He's a cool guy, very honorable. He has a ton of respect for you, Brian, which I love to see. Even with all the support and all the people cheering for him, he still goes out of his way to show us respect, give us time to speak with him and interview him. I like Rambo. I think him versus John Dodson down the line. I think Dodson should probably take on the Cutman or take on Strode. But I think whoever out of the Cutman and Strode doesn't get the title shot, Rambo should fight. And winners face off, right? Or, you want to make things interesting, have Dodson fight Rambo now and let Strode and the Cutman rematch, right? But I think we had a little clip, Brian, that hopefully gets posted soon of Rambo and John Dodson having a little friendly banter with each other on our film. So I think down the line that'd be a fun matchup.
A whole bunch of bantamweights right there.
Literally.
I mean, not bantamweight, flyweights.
Exactly. And listen, John Dodson's an OG. I love John Dodson, man. I mean, he's a great guy as well. Really, really huge character in the sport. Truly respected. He takes on the young blood in Rambo, who's a little more established on the feet, but a lot less established in the other elements of BKFC. I think the fight would be great. I think it'd be entertaining, and I think it's a fight that should definitely happen down the line. If not next, I think within 2 to 3 fights, if they both keep winning, that's the fight to make. John Dodson versus Rambo. Rambo looked great. He had one of the most pitch perfect KOs I've seen in the BKFC, where he hit the guy perfectly on the chin, put him away, made his guy quit. Great performance from Rambo. He did his thing in there. You know who impressed me, Brian? You know who impressed me a lot that we haven't brought up yet? Bostwick. I was impressed by Jake.
Oh
Bostwick.
yeah. Oh man, Bostwick.
I like Jake Bostwick. I have a lot of respect for him. I spoke with him. I can see.
And listen, to do that to Lionel Carrera, that is no easy feat.
And after a 2-year
he just
layoff.
went toe to toe with.
And I'll say this, man, Bostwick and his trainer are very honorable, very respectful gentlemen as well. And I like to bring up the personal touch in my breakdowns because as someone that's met all these guys and spoke to all these guys, I'll vouch for people that treat us well. And Bostwick is someone who I genuinely respect. I like him a lot. I'm rooting for him. He's a good man. He's a good fighter. He's entertaining. He's extremely marketable. He's an OG of the game. He's been around for a while. And who did he call out, Brian? He made a call out. Am I correct? I believe he called someone out.
Well, he was over there thinking about, people were asking if he's in the mix with Mundell.
I would love to see Bostwick versus Mundell because I think Bostwick brings something new to the table. He's a power puncher. He's explosive. He's marketable. He's interesting. You know what I mean? He's a G. Let's be honest. Bostwick's a cool dude, man. And I think him versus Mundell.
That could be the fight to make right now.
Say that again.
He's one fight away, if any.
Literally, and he's a fan favorite. I mean, this is a guy that wasn't being as cheered on. He was cheered, but after the fight, everyone was a fan of Bostwick because he came in there, he put on a performance. He's a lovable dude. Let's be honest. He's charismatic on the mic. He's a naturally charismatic dude. He's a naturally, he's a great fighter, and he's a guy that could come off as a little intimidating with all the tattoos and the Jack Bill. But when you talk to him, you're like, this guy's cool. He's a good guy, and I like Bostwick. I'm a fan of him. I'm going to root for him down the line, and let's get that Mundell fight. If not next, a couple fights from now, I would love to see it happen.
Definitely. Moving up on the card, Mohawk versus Rodriguez.
I was dead wrong on that prediction. I haven't been that wrong in a while. I mean, I don't know if you could be more wrong, right? Because
was pretty
I'll be
wrong.
honest,
3
Brian, when he
seconds.
said KO in 3, I thought it was like 7, 8, 10 seconds. When he said 3 seconds, I'm like, what? 3-second
Yeah, I
knockout?
couldn't
I mean, we
believe
could
it.
tell people that we saw 3-second KO in person. And
yeah, I
listen,
could
man,
say
the
that.
Spartan, didn't we see him fight in March? Or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure we saw him fight in person, Brian. The Spartan. No, the
Mohawk.
Spartan, the guy he put away in 3 seconds.
I can't. Actually, we probably the last BKFC. I can't remember. It was a couple months ago.
Man, Mohawk just went in there and slept him. Maybe the ref could have. If I was the ref, out of courtesy, I would have let him. I mean, he was face planted, but then he started to get up after the ref waved it off. I think out of courtesy, just out of respect for the fighter, I would have done the entire 10 count because, like, wow, a 3-second knockout, like that's devastating. Mohawk, this guy was he was on some he was probably on whatever Connor was on because the amount of energy this guy had in the presser and in the interviews and in the ring, I think him and Conor McGregor have been sharing a little bit. And he came out there looking absolutely explosive, aggressive, hyper. I mean, this guy, it was 1 a.m. It was a post-fight presser. He's shadow boxing at the post-fight presser at 1 a.m. So he was definitely someone that was prepared to win, excited, motivated. He kept repeating probably 15 times that he's the beacon of hope. I mean, take a shot every time he says the beacon of hope. You might have as much energy as Mohawk had in there. You know what I mean? So he loved saying those few talking points, and he was very entertaining, and he built a fan base. He looked powerful. He looked explosive. And Brian, what do you think should be next for Mohawk?
For Mohawk, so he's calling out Chris Camozzi, and and I don't want to. I don't think he should think too ahead yet on a Chris Camozzi fight. Chris Camozzi is about to fight in Italy, I think. Not too long from now. We don't know what's going to happen there. But Mohawk, I think, needs to get a little bit more experience.
Yeah, because that fight it showed his power, but
ago.
it didn't drag him into any deep waters. And if he's going to take on the champ, right, it could be a risk to go in there with so much confidence without actually having to dig deep. So I understand where you're coming from.
And Chris Camozzi is him. Okay, that's one guy that you need to come prepared for.
Understood. So, let me ask you this, right? We've got a big card coming up September 12th that we're going to be attending as media, and I can't wait for that one. It's going to be great. It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be headlined by, but I know Yoel Romero has been confirmed to be on that card. Let me ask you this.
Yes,
they're not going to make Yoel Romero versus Josh Dyer. They're not. It's because if they did, they would have probably announced it already. He's getting in there September 12th. Who do you think they should put him in there with?
Man, I think if he's gonna test the waters, I hope that they don't just make the Rothwell fight with Yoel Romero.
So he's gonna fight a heavyweight. He's fighting full on heavyweight. He's committed to that weight class.
Oh, it's actually super heavyweight.
He's fighting at super heavyweight.
Was it? Yeah.
I would expect him to fight at light heavyweight. But I've heard people mention a Perdomo fight.
Oh, actually, because I heard he was gonna fight in heavyweight, but I've been hearing some mixed.
I think he might fight a heavyweight too. Now that I'm thinking about it, you think they might make him versus? I was gonna make a joke, put him in there for Arnold Adams, but.
Oh yeah, right.
Speaking of Arnold Adams, did we ever figure out exactly what happened after Perdomo put him away? The brawl.
I'd say Mick Terrell, the former champ.
Yeah, I mean that's a fight that makes a lot of sense. They can go the Arlovsky route as well, but that would be a big risk for Yoel to take on Arlovsky that soon because I think they want to market him. They want to build Romero up as a guy that can be the next big name. Him versus Perdomo, that would be. I would love to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
I spoke to Perdomo and he said, "No way is he fighting."
Because they're close, right? They're close.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a little Marab versus Aljo situation where basically, say Perdomo takes on Rothwell and he beats Rothwell, which I think is a gigantic. To be honest, Ryan, I'm not sure he'd beat Rothwell, and I know it's a bit of a bold ticket. He's definitely the favorite in that fight. Let's say he beats Rothwell, right? And then Yoel Romero is basically just fighting as a contender, beating everyone around him. Yoel is not getting a title shot until Perdomo, assuming this happens, loses. And when he loses, that's when Yoel is going to slide in and take on the champ.
Yeah, I think the people would be mad if Ben Rothwell would choose Yoel Romero.
Oh, yeah. Perdomo got to be either next or one fight away. I think that they're going the Arlovsky route is what I heard from inside sources. Ben Rothwell versus Andre Arlovsky.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I think you were with me when I was told this. But
But even that, I don't know about all that. I feel like
Yeah,
Perdomo
at this point,
deserves it by now.
Perdomo's
You
been proven.
see,
He's done enough in the regard where he's fought so many fights in the BKFC and has had the same outcome every time. And also, Perdomo is extremely marketable. He has a big fan base. For a BKFC fighter, he has a strong fan base. And due to that fact, I mean, Arlovsky, I understand he's a legend in the UFC, but I mean, come on, man. An automatic title shot like that. Perdomo is ranked number 1 or 2.
Yep.
I think he's ranked number 2, but he's ranked behind the former champ. So he's basically next in line.
yeah. Listen, did you see when Perdomo put away his last opponent?
Arnold.
He's looking around for Ben Rothwell. He locks eyes with them. I saw a look in Ben Rothwell's eyes I've never seen.
He wasn't confident.
Did he get his attention finally?
He must have got his attention finally. I think it's a bit of an act that Ben Rothwell's pretending he hasn't gotten his attention. I think he's rage baiting Perdomo because Perdomo keeps repeating in every single interview, "You don't respect me. You don't respect me. You don't respect me." It's at a point where instead of begging for the guy's respect, once you get in there, he'll have your respect once you beat him, assuming you get the job done. I mean, I know for sure Ben Rothwell respects you. You keep repeating that. I don't understand why that's what you're using. You could say he's ducking you, but not respecting you. I think that's a different conversation in all respect. I think all fighters respect each other to some extent. And I think that's a fight that does have to be made. I think Rothwell versus the thing about Perdomo is he has so much power, but the guys they're putting him in with are just falling over. I mean, Adams was coming off back-to-back KO losses in a 2-year layoff. I gave Perdomo's last opponent a better shot than I gave Adams. And I think that at this point, we need Perdomo. If he's not going to fight Ben Rothwell, you got to give him someone that's coming off a victory, that's coming off momentum, that's also proven to have a chin. So I'm going to look at the rankings right now, right? Perdomo versus Parker Porter.
I mean, give him Arlovsky.
You could give him Arlovsky, but I think if they go down that route, then Ben Rothwell doesn't have an opponent. So I think Ben Rothwell is either fighting Perdomo or Arlovsky. I don't think Perdomo and Arlovsky are going to fight each other at any point, or at least not yet. What do you think about Perdomo versus Mick Terrell? How do you think that fight goes?
I say Perdomo takes him out easy.
You don't even think he gives him a fight?
I think if anybody can take him to the second round, it could be him. But I still see Perdomo.
How about a Josh Watson fight? How does that fight go in your opinion? Same thing.
John Watson. Did they fight already?
Or was it Parker Porter? I'm looking at the rankings right now. Parker Porter.
I think that you know who we interviewed, or I interviewed a couple BKFCs ago, a couple fights ago from Perdomo is Joseph White. And Joseph White and him fought a couple cards ago, and he actually hurt Perdomo in the fight. Even though he lost to Perdomo, he hurt Perdomo, and he's had a couple wins lately. So Joseph White trying to get some of that action.
You know what I want to see, man?
Why not give him?
Let's get Francis Ngannou versus Perdomo because I want to see someone get in there and actually prove the difference in level.
You know, it's hard to come up with names that can hurt this guy.
Yeah, but let's also look at his recent competition. Let's be objective here, right? I think they're giving this guy too many soft touches. Now the analyst in me is coming out. I think they're giving this guy too many soft touches. I think they got to get him in there with someone that can actually, I'm not going to say would beat him, but could beat him. That has the level to beat him. And some will argue there's no one that could beat him. I've heard many people confidently pick Ben Rothwell to beat Perdomo. I've heard a few people mention that Arlovsky would beat Perdomo. Let's get him against one of those guys, specifically Rothwell, because honestly, at this point, what else is there? I don't want to see Arlovsky Rothwell. Let's make Rothwell Perdomo. Let Arlovsky take on Mick Terrell. Winners face off. Let's make life simple for everyone because the Rothwell versus Perdomo fight would be huge. Let's make it for the November Hollywood card, not the September one. Make it for November. Build it up. That's a fight we should see.
I mean, you know what's interesting is the whole tournament talk for next year.
Yeah, and I find it interesting. You know why I find it interesting? Because it's a $25 million tournament open weight, but it's so much easier for the heavyweights to win. That's what's really throwing me off. The heavyweights have a gigantic. I mean, if you're a heavyweight and it's open weight, I mean, are we really expecting the middleweights and light heavyweights to give them a fight? I'm being objective.
In bare knuckle.
What happened?
In bare knuckle.
In bare knuckle, right? Like, let me give you a fight right now. Actually, just for jokes, let's make Perdomo versus Mike Richman. for the first fight, right? Open weight. Open weight. It
Don't
starts
do
from
that to him.
185, right? It starts from 185 to heavyweight. And it has to be bracketed right. They're not going to make Perdomo versus Josh Dyer the first fight. They're not going to make the two elite guys right away. They're going to ease into it. It's going to be bracket format, right? So if Perdomo's in this tournament, he's like a second or third seed. They put him in of Mike Richmond, right? Who's one of the lowest seeds because he's the lowest weight and he's not the top guy in that weight class. I mean, what are we really expecting to happen? Mike Richmond, is he going to beat Perdomo? Is he going to drag him into deep waters? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't know about all that.
Do you believe that there is a
It's gonna
middleweight
take
or a light
a-
heavyweight that can actually win this tournament?
You think so?
I don't think so. Do you think so?
No. Well, no, I can't see even the best of the. If anybody got a shot, it's a cruiserweight.
Yeah, Chris Camozzi.
But-
Chris Camozzi is the one guy that might make it interesting.
Oof. I say, is the wild one right here. Mohawk beats Chris Camozzi and wins the tournament somehow. He's tall
Man,
enough.
if you know what would be funny? I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see a one round fight of Perdomo versus Mohawk. Because I want to see if Mohawk brings that same energy against Perdomo that he had in his last fight, where he charged at him and put him away in a few seconds. I want to see if he can do that again against Perdomo.
He could be the man to do it.
He is mental there. So if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be someone crazy like Tomahawk or Mohawk, not Tomahawk. Tomahawk's a different discussion.
Yeah.
I want to see Mohawk versus Tomahawk actually, bro. I want to see Tomahawk in there as well, man. He had a great performance. As well. First round knockout, I believe it was.
It was. Well, were you talking about Mohawk?
Tomahawk. We can't forget about Tomahawk as well.
Yeah. What's his name? Stephen Townsend.
Yeah, Stephen Townsend, right? That guy looked really good. He looked really good. I think we forgot how good he looked in that fight. So there's a lot of interesting names. There's a lot of interesting names in the BKFC. Brian, let me ask you this. September 12th, it's the big day. It's another huge Hard Rock event. Who should be on that card, in your opinion, aside from Yo Romero? Who are some names that you want to see in that card? Because we had a lot of champions in the building for this last event. So they're all candidates to fight on that card. Who do you want to see back in action in that Hard Rock card?
You know, I want to see some out of town stars come to Miami.
You think Kai would? I think Kai would be a good one.
Even,
Kai would be a good one. He's fought here before, but I think Kai would be.
Well, you know, we've had Kai though.
I understand.
We've had Kai. You know, I wouldn't mind getting like a John Dodson over here, or say like even a Josh Dyer.
Josh Dyer made a splash. Josh Dyer made a splash.
Yeah.
Do you think the October 11th event, the date that was given to Mike Perry, is David Mundell?
The best fight for Perry?
Do you think that's his next fight? Conor McGregor said October 11th is your date, and we've got someone for you.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that Mundell is the man that it is?
That would be at middleweight. So I'm looking at the rankings right now. The only guy that I'm thinking is Mundell. Is Mundell unless what's his name? Mike Perry fights at welterweight or light heavyweight. It has to be Mundell. There's nobody else at middleweight that could give him that the fight that he wants.
That's a great fight, man. Mundell and Mike Perry, and the buildup would be the buildup would probably be one of the best buildups.
They have so much buildup. You can already get clips from all over the internet of these guys talking about each other.
It'd be a great fight, man. It would be a great buildup. I'm extremely excited for it, bro. The BKFC is in good hands right now. It's only getting better. It's only getting bigger. What I'm looking forward to is the days where BKFC has fighters that choose to not become pro boxers, but choose to become BKFC fighters, and they're better than the boxers at boxing. That's the day that I'm waiting for to happen, because I think they're still in the development era to some extent, but they're getting there. They're definitely getting there.
They definitely are. And I can't wait for the next one, man. Guys, got a lot going on the week coming up. We're gonna touch on that sometime this week. We got Dubois versus Usyk. Super stoked for. Oh my god. Oh, we got Karate Combat. We got Rind fighting and defending his belt. It's I think it's the 2-day event this week. And we'll probably have somebody out there. So fight fans, always thank you for joining us. Max, you want to let the fans know anything?
Yeah, guys, make sure to check me out on Twitter, Max Calandrillo, all one word. Make sure to check me out on YouTube, Max Calandrillo Combat. We've got a lot of content coming up with Fighting Yo, so make sure to stay tuned. We have gym spotlights coming up. We have interviews coming up. We have clips that haven't even been released yet. A lot of good clips that haven't been released yet. Specifically, there's one of me. There's one of me competing with a certain champion in the BKFC on the arcade machine for a higher score. That's a funny one that's going to be released. We have a lot of stuff coming up. The year's only going to get bigger and better. We're going to be coming back to more big events. And once we get to more of those big events, you're going to see a lot more interesting content, exclusive interviews that can only find at Fighting Yo. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to stay in contact because we have a lot of great content coming for you guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us. And come back next week, man, because it's fight week every week at Fighting Yo.
Beautiful. Thank you guys for watching.